Hello and welcome. This is a video explaining what it will be like if you are joining us for one of our physical, socially distanced services in the coming weeks. Our first service is going to be on Sunday, the 26th of July. Go on then. Tigger's going to have a wedding. We're not here for a wedding today, we're just here for one of our worship services. Now the first thing to note is the new time of our service, which is at 9:30. So that's a new time for us, so make sure that you've got that jotted down somewhere and don't turn up at one of our usual service times. And of course our online services will be continuing, so if you're choosing to worship with us that way, then please do continue to do so. We'll still be uploading our online services each Sunday. Now when you arrive, it is entirely up to you whether or not you wear a mask. It is not required, but of course you are also welcome to do so. That's your own choice. So you will come with members of your own household or on your own. You're allowed to stick with members of your own household, but please do maintain the 2-metre social distancing if you arrive with and see somebody from a different household. Now the first thing to do is check that anyone is in the entrance. If there is somebody already in the entrance, we will have cones or chalk markers at 2-metre distances, so please do queue and please do not enter the entrance hall until you can see that it is completely clear. But now we're going to show you what that will be like when you actually go in. So when you enter the entrance hall, there will be hand sanitizer available. Please do use this. We're just pretending today, but obviously on the day, actually use it. Now, if you are a visitor to St George's Church, then what you will need to do is pick up one of our contact cards. This is for the government's track and trace service. That just means that in the coming weeks, if we find out that someone has come down with the COVID virus or has reported symptoms, we can contact you to let you know that you may have been in contact with someone. If you are a regular at St George's Church and we already have your details on the electoral roll, you don't need to do that, because we will be noting your name as you come in just to see, and those records will be deleted after 21 days, so you don't have to worry about that. But once you have sanitised your hands, we can head on into church. Now, as you can see, we have set out the chairs in pairs mostly, but some on their own, and they are all socially distanced. So just find yourself some empty seats, and please do head straight there. We know that it's going to be really tempting to want to catch up with people. We really want to hug each other. We cannot do that. Please do come in and go straight to your seats without having a chat with someone else. Just give them a wave and a smile as you go past. So on your seat, you will find a service sheet that will talk us through the services. Now, you'll just sit and wait for the start of the service. As we've said, please do not try and have conversations across the church as we're trying to prevent people from shouting and projecting their voices. Now, there are some bold responses within our service for this Sunday, but we do encourage you, usually we say them with gusto and passion. This week we're saying please say them quietly or even just silently to yourself, as we don't want to encourage people to project. Now this will be a said service, which means there will be liturgy, there will also be a sermon, but there will be no singing. So you will remain seated for the duration of the service, and it will be a much shorter service than you may be used to if you've come to one of our services at St George's Church before. Now, the only other thing that you may need to do during the service is use the toilet. Now here at St George's we only have one toilet. So if you had a mum like mine and you remember just before you did a long car journey, her saying, make sure you've been before you get in the car, try to remember that for this Sunday, because that will actually minimise the amount of people we have using just the one facility. But of course, if you do require the facilities while you are here, they are open for you. So what we encourage you to do is have a look over your shoulder, see if anyone is there to try and prevent a queue forming, but if they're not, then you can head to the back and use our toilet facilities. Anyone who needs ramp access may of course come back through the ramp, but if you are able to use steps, you can continue through the chancel and come in down the steps to prevent anyone having to cross in the corridor and return straight to your seats. But then you will be in your seats for the duration of the service. Once the service is finished, we will be encouraging you to leave promptly. We know that one of the favourite times of service is for people to interact with one another, but we're not able to do that under the current circumstances. So once the service is finished, we encourage you to stand up and leave. And leave promptly and head out the door. Now, once you are outside, you may of course follow the government regulations, which is that groups of 6 may meet with 2 metre distances outside. So that is up to you what you do once you've left the church building, but please do leave as promptly as you can. So that's about it from us. Oh, and the other thing to say is to remember to take your service sheet with you and throw that in the bin when you get home with you. So whether you will be joining us physically in church or online, we look forward to seeing you either way, and very much welcome you to our worshipping community here at St George's. So we'll see some of you soon.